Thank you very much. Just think, if you were displaced from here tomorrow to Laos, okay, how would you get along there? You know, it's impressive, and it's a good thing that at least the U.S. government supported our comrades over here, okay, in their, you know, basically getting into and getting acclimated to life here in the United States. And I'm sure it was difficult. You all survived twice, basically, once overseas in Laos and once here. So you're commended for that. That's a great thing to have accomplished. So, okay, we also have on the agenda, and I know he's here because I saw his beard walk in the door. Okay, former Senator Dave Zien. He has a few words to say, and we have a whole bunch of people coming.
There's whole flags today.
And then you got an entourage.
Jim, Dr. Preacher Clutter, would you come and hold this flag, please? Mike Ducey, get somebody to help hold this flag. We're just going to hold these flags. I only got, what, 7 minutes to talk, 5 minutes, so three. Oh, okay, I got to hurry up. God bless each and every one of you for being here, and there's just so many things exciting happening. And if, Matt, can you start passing those around? There's 2 handouts I have that kind of summarize some of the important functions that are happening in the Chippewa Valley in this region. And I got to start with what you just heard. The Hmong veterans, May 14th, they're having that ceremony. We got Bob Wanders who's on the committee. We're going to put up a sign. We hope to have it up by then, and we get $320. Oh boy, can somebody bring that metal sign up on my desk there? Bring it up. But we're going to 4 by 8 foot sign, and we're going to have a number of them at the Wisconsin Veterans Tribute, $320 a piece. We think the committee is going to approve it, but the bottom line is these are going to talk about the Hmong, and I'll talk about that right away. Thanks, Joe. But the Hmong in the Vietnam War, it's just now becoming obvious and apparent. They saved perhaps 10,000 American lives because they slowed the movement on the Ho Chi Minh Trail. They slowed the weapons and the ammunition and the soldiers from North Vietnam coming into South Vietnam. They slowed them down, they attacked them, and some of those posts that they guarded, it was not found out until after the Vietnam War that B-52 bombers could not have flown without those radar stations in Laos. And there's a Roger Stiles, he's going to be present May 14th, from Jim Falls, Wisconsin, saved General Bang Powell's life. General Bang Powell, according to some people, had 27 different wounds. 27 different times he was wounded. He was the George Washington of the Hmong people. Bottom line, and the Hmong had the strongest, according to sociologists, the strongest family background in the world. In the world. If I can pass this around, if you can imagine a 4 by 8 foot sign, pass this right around. But we're looking at a number of these signs being built and erected. They're $320 a piece. Bottom line, the one we don't have a location for. But Mr. Chairman, you did an outstanding job getting this all go together, and I'm sorry I couldn't make more of the planning meetings, but outstanding. But he mentioned the hometown, the home front heroes. You don't have to be a patriot to love this country from the bottom of your heart, the essence of your soul, with every fiber of your existence. You ask any soldier, sailor, Marine, you ask them, any airman, what was it that kept them alive? And our Gold Star mother, God bless you. I mean, Kay, you can't believe what the people like that go through. But people that pray during times of tragedy and torment, those are the people that deserve to be recognized. We're doing that a little bit today. We're looking for a 4 by 8 sign location that recognizes that. A couple other things happening. Oh my gosh, how's my time doing? But I'm getting close. Okay, but, oh geez. Right over here, just a couple blocks away. Rolling Thunder and Troy Perry, he's not here, his dad is here, but he might be spearheading a movement. This Halley Peace Park, at one time, there was 57 ways. It's the only one like in the state nation of the world. 57 ways. Different flags, different people. No other place recognizes veterans and patriots like they do there. There's a lot there. There's another effort. April 14th, 3 of us are meeting with the Department of Tourism, and they're putting together, oh, listen to this, they're putting together a brochure or a flyer and a whole program to go to places like the High Ground, the Halley Peace Park, the Wisconsin Veterans Tribute, the Korean Veterans Memorial in Plover. Richard Baum, I mean, Arcadia. They're pulling together, and they want us to go there. That's huge. Another thing, number one on that list, in 1989, they recognized all the veterans memorials and tributes and monuments in the world dedicated to Wisconsin veterans. I'm hoping, in VBA Chapter 5, one of the strongest, best chapters in the state, we are hopefully, as a unit, and many of us individuals are supporting, not only do they look at update that 1989 list about Wisconsin veterans, I mean, they're all over the world, France and Europe and the Pacific Islands, but where are they in our schools? Where are they? I mean, you got different schools that have veterans and the Constitution. You got Cadott, Wisconsin, through the efforts of the Wisconsin Veterans Tribute. They got the Pledge of Allegiance and the Star-Spangled Banner, not only on their high school gymnasium wall, but on their elementary school wall. We want to know where all the monuments, anything dedicated to patriotism and veterans. And lo and behold, if it says, in God we trust, or God bless America, we want to know where those are all at. And another thing, never forget another veteran. One generation will never forget. Now, I'm going to conclude. And we can't forget, Assembly Bill 146 said that we were to name Highway 8, right up in Colonel Morgan. By the way, you're a Brigadier General-elect. We're going to make you Brigadier General, by the way, sir. But Highway 8 could be the Mideast conflict highway to recognize the Persian Gulf, Afghanistan, Iraq, and the global war on terror, which is every one of us at any time, all the time. We are threatened. And we hope that goes through next session, global war on terror. And then the veterans' homes, there's a gigantic movement to not only to build, maybe expand Chippewa, because it's got about 293 in the waiting list, 93 could walk in tomorrow, but maybe other locations in the state. And we've been meeting with United States Senator Ron Johnson, Tammy Baldwin's office, and been in communication, and therefore lifting some of the exemptions so we can build those homes in the state. God bless each and every one of you. May you have hunger and heart, fire, and ability. And just these flags, our nation, just 60 seconds, our nation's first flag was the Don't Tread on Me. It was a flag that in 1754, Benjamin Franklin said we compare ourselves to that creature which will not strike unless it's molested. There's a legend about the Alamo where a soldier was about to be bayoneted, and in the sand he inscribed, "Come and take it." He was about to be bayoneted. And there's just different versions. There's only one flag that can fly above the American flag, according to national statutes, is the Christian flag. And only during a religious service at sea. Only one flag can fly other than the United States flag, and any ocean vessel outside of the international waters is that, so don't tread on me, ever since September 11th. God bless each and every one of you. 9 minutes. God bless you. Sit down.
I don't know if it was 9 minutes, but it was also said I should mention that for the Hmong Lao veterans, a lot of their children are now serving in the United States Armed Forces too, and so we should recognize their children serving in this country too for in armed services. Okay, moving along. Right now, I'd like to have both Tim Moore, who is a Veteran Service Officer from Eau Claire County, and Mike Haley, who is a Veteran Service Officer from Chippewa County, come up and introduce themselves. Tim's relatively new, Mike is old, but he's still busy every day. He was working today on Saturday with a veteran, I guess, right? You said you were? So he's busy 6 days a week or 7 days a week with veterans issue. And Tim, you're just going to have to never go home, I guess, serve the veterans. So anyways, we'll give the mic to you guys for a few minutes. I think the best thing is they have a table or have a table in the back there. If you've got specific questions about benefits, you should probably just see them privately or in their offices somewhere along the time. But it's something general we can talk about right now for a few minutes. Thank you.
Again, my name is Tim Moore. Like we already mentioned, I'm fairly new to the Eau Claire area as the County Veteran Service Officer. Mike, I've been fortunate, Mike's actually trained me on many things. So I've been there about a couple years, and how many decades you've been there, Mike?
Oh, less than 17, going on 17.
Okay. So we're going to share the mic a little bit up here today. You know, as I came up here, I was thinking, what makes it a special day? What makes it that good people like you are gathered here today? And I thought, what's the difference of me coming up to talk to you, and I really want you to talk to me, and I want to learn about your experiences as Vietnam veterans and families of Vietnam veterans. And I thought, how did I gain value and character in my life? You know, what led me to want to serve my country and go to combat and do all those things? And when I thought about it, it was definitely my father. My dad's a Vietnam veteran, Marine Corps career, and he was a scout sniper in Vietnam. So I want to not only thank everyone here today, I also want to thank my dad, who has me in the back. He's a very modest man, but if you just raise your hand, Dad, just want to say thanks. So thank you.
Leroy gave us about a minute and a half, I think he said. But anyway, we really can't get too much into benefits, or if we do, we're not going to have time for questions. So what I'd rather do is maybe if we start out with questions. Anybody has questions about benefits? Because if we go any different way, we probably won't have much time for the questions. So if we want to start that way, and then if we don't have much time spent on that, we'll go into some benefits we go over. Okay. The big things with VA, of course, two of the big things that get a lot of publicity and a lot of people in Chippewa County and Eau Claire County using them are the medical care. Okay, VA medical care, we got the VA clinic in Chippewa that serves over 4,000 veterans. And that's for primary care. Of course, if they need specialty care, in most cases they go to Minneapolis. Enrollment in that, if you're a Vietnam veteran, in-country Vietnam, you are automatically eligible to enroll in the VA healthcare system regardless of any other thing else. If otherwise, there's a priority group system, and if you get to be an 8G, they don't enroll you at this time. They haven't enrolled you since January 16th of 2003 in 8G. Otherwise, you can get in. There's a number of ways to get in. If you haven't got in, if you want to know if you can get in, talk to us. It'd be easier to do that than try to spin it on this group. The other thing I think a lot of you who do use the VA are involved in is probably using Choice. Choice is a program the VA medical system outsourced to have someone, and the rules are basically in our area, because everybody's within 40 miles of the clinic, in our area then it comes down to if your appointment is more than 30 days out. This isn't true in every single department. There's certain departments that don't go by that rule, but most departments at the VA Medical Center, if you have an appointment at Minneapolis, you can, and your appointment's out more than 30 days, you can use Choice. I don't suggest it, I really don't. There's issues with it, I see them talk about it every day, but you can. What you have to do is you have to call over to the VA Minneapolis, you have to make an appointment. That appointment's got to be more than 30 days out, then you got to get it. You tell them at that point in time you plan on using Choice. And at Choice, they'll give you a phone number, you call Choice and say, I want to get an appointment locally because my appointment's more than 30 days out. Are there any questions on that? That's great.
You guys are out of business.
Yeah. Choice has got issues, and anybody who's used it, I'm sure knows that. It's got some good points to it. I wish it was handled by the VA Central itself, because once they made the rules, the VA Central could very easily do a much better job of that, in my opinion.
Just in general, it took many years for these benefits to really come to fruition and to have what we have to offer today through the VA and the state and the excellent benefits that we have here in Wisconsin. It was largely in part by the effort of Vietnam veterans. As an Iraq vet, I sit up here and I enjoy some of these benefits that really y'all fought for. So I want to thank you for that. It's real important that if you know anybody who needs any help from Mike or myself or any of our counterparts, that you refer them to us. The only way these benefits get better or they're utilized is if people come in and take advantage of them. If it's a benefit that doesn't get wide usage, the government takes that away or dwindles it down. So we need people to come in who need the help. So we're talking a little bit earlier today with a gentleman about something called individual unemployability. And that's if you have a service-connected disability ratings, certain combination of those together, they may be able to get you to a 100% rating. And that's based off your basically inability to become employed because of these conditions are severe in nature enough to prevent you from doing so. So that's a topic. If you think you're eligible or just like to discuss it, get a hold of Mike or I.
Everybody, well, not everybody, but mostly everybody knows what compensation is related. And compensation is related on injury you had in the service, and now you got chronic problems because of it now. Whether it be physical, mental, emotional, whatever they are. That's an easy one to explain. It gets complicated, of course, there's a lot of gray area in that. But the one that I like to talk about in groups is the VA non-service connected pension. I know a lot of vets don't know that. And that's based on your income. And it's based on, if your income is below a certain point, the VA will make up the difference between that point and a set point. That set point is, there's 3 different set points depending on your medical condition. So if you have a vet, if you know of a veteran who's got low income, it'd be best if you call us and say, you know, I don't think he's doing very well financially, or he needs medical help. If he isn't in the VA system, we can try that also. But just be aware there's another system out there for low-income veterans who maybe will get some help from the VA, and it doesn't have to be at all connected to the military service. They just have to be an active duty veteran with an honorable discharge. That's it. Thank you.
They'll be in the back if you have any questions. Thank you very much. I work a lot with Mike Haley, and particularly, and this is just a little aside here, with the VFW District 9 Unmet Needs Fund. Maybe a lot of you haven't heard about that fund. The raffle that's going over here by the Eagles Club here today, they had an event last September, their block party here. It was a great success. They donated $6,500, I think I had it on the PowerPoint slides here earlier, to the District 9 Unmet Needs Fund. That Unmet Needs Fund has been around since, I think, 2007, if I'm not mistaken, or thereabouts, and we have served dozens and dozens of needy veterans. Any veteran that lives within the boundaries or drills as part of an armory within the boundaries of VFW District 9 potentially could be eligible for a grant if they're a very needy person. Say, one a good example, and maybe it's not so bad this year, but if they were running out of propane or couldn't, or this time of year, I think April 15th or thereabouts is when the power company can start turning off utilities if you haven't paid your bills, okay? We can help them with grants in a lot of cases. Not in every single case, but just about every single one we deal with, we can do that. And we generally work, the easiest way for us to work is to work through the county veteran service officer, because they can look at information that we can't necessarily look at, income levels. They know the need of their veterans that come to see them. And again, those funds are available for any honorably discharged veteran, if they're from World War II, or Korea, or Vietnam, or the current conflicts that are out there. We potentially have money for those needy veterans. And if in some particular situations, the guard units or reserve units, their commanding officers or first sergeants, okay, can give us the information we need to make a grant available. Typically, those grants are not made out to a person. They're made out to Excel Energy, or maybe a house mortgage company, a bank or something, that pay for those needs. So again, I just want to let you know that. And we tend to work with the county veteran service officers quite a few times. So, okay, at this time, yes, Pete?
They do not have to belong to the VFW.
Yeah, they don't have to be a VFW member. They can be any veteran. They can come and contact the VFW to get more information about it, and that's just fine. At this time, we have one